Welcome to Audio Path, where we let you in on our experiences, insights, and real-life scenarios working in the music industry. I'm Trent, and I've been a studio owner and operator, a music venue owner and operator, and a musician.
And I'm John. I've been a mix engineer, mastering engineer, live sound technician.
And together, we've got 30 years of experience in the music industry.
Whether you're an artist, an engineer, or somebody who just really likes music, these stories are for you.
Come with us as we pull back the curtain of the music industry.
And let's take a walk down the audio path.
Welcome to another episode of Audio Path. What are we talking about?
What are we talking about? It is finally here, Trent.
Yes. How long have you been waiting for this one, John?
Such a long time.
That's right.
This is the mastering episode.
Yeah.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time to maybe dispel some myths.
I hope so.
Talk about some things that are important.
Yep.
Maybe you know a little bit about mastering. Maybe you don't.
Right.
We're going to cover some stuff. We're going to keep it quick. We're going to keep it moving.
It's going to be a little crash course, so to speak. A little technical and a little theory based, I'd say. So,
yep.
Yeah, man. Where would you like to start?
Let's just take it from the top, shall we?
Let's do it.
What the heck is mastering?
What is that? Man, I'm so happy we're doing this because I get this question all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
And it's not even from like people, they're like, oh, you're a studio guy. Well, what is this? Like, what are you doing? And, it's not even that. Musicians don't even know.
No.
A lot of the time.
Mm-mm.
And that's okay. And I do my best to educate them. And John, if you have a better definition, please say it. But the best way that I tell people that don't know the intricacies is it's everything that you do in the mix, because for some reason they seem to know that, right? Mm-hmm. They know what mixing is. So I say it's everything that you do in the mix, but instead of affecting the individual elements, you affect the song as a whole.
Yep, pretty much.
And that's as much as I and it usually lands on them somehow.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but you just turn the volume up, right?
If I had $1 for
that. Right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
They're like,
yeah.
no, not that.
Not that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. First of all, mastering is not mixing.
It's not.
Period.
It's not the same thing.
Okay. So, from a logistical standpoint, when you're mixing a song, you have all of the individual recorded instruments.
Yeah. All the
you
tracks.
have like all of your drums. You've got your guitars. You've got your vocals, whatever. And you are blending all of these tracks, say from anywhere between, 8 tracks up to 100+ tracks.
Totally.
You're blending those down into one complete stereo mix.
Mm-hmm.
Mastering is applied on the stereo mix.
Right.
Just that single final mixed track.
Left, right, 2-channel thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's the very last step in the process.
Right.
Is how it should be.
Yeah. It's a separate phase.
Completely.
It's a separate phase.
Now, why is it important? Well, for a couple reasons. It's important because when you go to distribute your song, it has to meet a certain set of parameters. Right? As far as like loudness and things like that go. It has to work with streaming platforms if that's where you're going to be putting it. If you're going to like say press to vinyl or something, it has to work on that vinyl, and those require different types of mastering techniques in order to get them to distribute correctly. But overall, if I have to sum it up, mastering is actually this simple. You are enhancing the track to its sonic intent.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think about it.
Okay, now let's break that down further.
Okay, let's break it down. So you've got a mix engineer, and they have mixed your song, and it sounds absolutely great to you.
Yeah.
When a mastering engineer gets a song, we are not taking that song and applying techniques to make it sound completely different. Mm-hmm. We are taking that song, comparing it to a reference that you need to send your mastering engineer for the record. If your mastering engineer doesn't ask for a reference, find another mastering engineer.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Not a good sign.
Yeah.
So we're taking that, we're comparing it to your reference track, and we're making it sound like that finished product. It's kind of like, there's so many analogies that we could use, but it's kind of like taking a nice piece of like stained furniture and putting like polyurethane over the top of it.
Yeah.
Giving it that factory finish.
Right.
That's what mastering does to a really good mix. It
Yeah.
gives it the factory finish. Does it come out louder? Yes. The only reason it comes out louder is because it's being put to a standard that is based off of your reference.
Yeah.
Okay? It needs to match the loudness level of whatever reference you give.
Right.
So, for example, like I had this one client that I've worked with that their reference track is always a Dropkick Murphys song.
Yeah.
This is a loud band, and that mastered track needs to be loud,
Slamming.
or it's not going to sound right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I totally know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then again, I also have done, I've mastered jazz,
Yeah.
and jazz does not need to be slamming loud.
No. You got to preserve the dynamics.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's kind of an overview of like what mastering is. Now, there are different techniques and different things that can be used to accomplish that. But a mastering engineer is going to have, a mastering engineer is going to have their ears trained to where if you give me a reference and I'm listening to this reference and I'm comparing it with your mix and I'm hearing, oh, there's a lot more air, there's a lot more high end in this reference. I need to do something to give this a little bit more high end. It's a broad brush stroke rather than mixing is kind of like taking narrow paint brushes and like creating, this fine thing.
Right.
Whereas mastering is, again, kind of like sealing it, like with a broad brush stroke, like sealing it with a coat of something.
Right.
So that, if you're looking at, again, to use the furniture analogy, if you're looking at a finished piece of furniture, no one is looking at that piece of furniture really and being like, man, the polyurethane coating on this is perfect.
Yeah.
You're like, man, look at this cedar chest. This is just beautiful.
It's well done. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's the overall. They don't notice that individual element.
Right.
Yeah.
That being said, a lot of people will hear what have as I've explained things like this before. A lot of people have heard what I'm saying and they're like, oh, so it doesn't really even matter. Does the finish on your furniture matter?
Right.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
It totally does.
Yeah, you wouldn't want it if it looked bad.
Right? You wouldn't.
Yeah. So,
because like if you give it to, and we have to kind of speak in an analogy. If you're not a mastering engineer, I can't really talk mastering engineer lingo to you.
Right.
Because you're not going to understand really what I'm saying. Now there are some things I'll say in a moment that I think you'll catch on to, but this is the difference between a good mastering engineer and not a good one. If you're going to take this finished piece of furniture that you've been working on forever and you love the way that it looks and you give it to somebody to finish, if they take it and they are like, oh, I know exactly what to do with this, and they take a piece of steel wool and they just rub it all over your beautifully stained, perfect piece of furniture and give it back to you, if you didn't want a shabby chic finish, you're going to hate that piece of furniture.
Right.
It's the same exact thing with mastering.
Yeah. If you wanted it painted and looking nice and sharp and clean and...
Yep.
Yeah. You'd be pissed.
That is exactly what you'd be.
Yeah.
So it's the same exact deal with mastering. A great master should, if you like your mix, you're going to love your master.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people all the time.
Yeah.
Is like, you should get your master back and be like, I didn't know my mix could be even better, but this sounds awesome.
Yes.
And I love it.
Should be and the next step, the higher level of what you're already happy with.
Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, unless you have really spent a lot of time training your ears and you're a high level engineer yourself as far as like mixing or whatever, you're probably not going to be able to concretely say, oh yeah, this is why this is better.
Yeah.
You're like, you can just be like, oh, it just sounds better. I don't know why. It just sounds better and it feels better or whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of how mastering goes.
To hopefully try to debunk a myth in there, if you're not really happy with the mix, but you've run out of time or run out of money or whatever else, and you're thinking to yourself, well, once it's mastered, it'll be great. No way. It will not.
Mastering just shows what should have been done in the mix phase.
Yes. Either something is not right in the mix or something is not right in the recording.
Yeah.
and it's not going to be the mastering engineer's job to save it
Right.
because that's just probably not going to happen.
Yeah, it's just
Now,
not gonna
I
happen.
have heard some well done like saves, I guess, in
Some
the past.
cover-ups.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
cover-ups, but it still won't be as good as it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Here's a little story.
Yeah.
So when I first connected with Trent and was like, hey, I'm a mastering engineer. I'd love for you to check out my portfolio. I include in my portfolio not just songs that I'm really stoked on and that turned out great. I include typically 2 or 3 that have just been like, this was a trash mix.
Yep.
And I did my absolute best with it. I did what I could. But the only reason that this is the finished master is because the artist did not have the choice to go back to their mix engineer and
Yeah.
make any changes.
That does happen.
It does.
Yeah.
And that's the only time that I'll master something that is like, I would much rather push back on a mix. A good mastering engineer really should push back on a mix.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, so as I started working with things and manipulating the sound, this started poking out. Like your shaker is probably a little bit there's too much shaker or whatever. Like it's living in this frequency range and I can't do anything else in the frequency range because there's too much shaker. Or whatever. That's just one example. So a mastering engineer can push back and be like, hey, let's just make a few tweaks in the mix that's going to make this master awesome.
Yeah.
And that's just part of the process. For the record, that's totally normal.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a little bit of back and forth on that. It should be a collaborative kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I get a mix that's just like, this mix is absolutely nailed,
Yeah.
which has happened before.
Yeah.
But
What do you do whenever that does happen? When you get a mix and you're like, damn, like this thing is slamming awesome already.
Yeah.
Like, what do I even do to it? Like, what goes through your head whenever
it just
something
means
like
that I do a little bit less processing than I normally
Yeah.
do to it.
Yeah.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
So, which this is a good dovetail. Mastering is not just putting a limiter on your master
No.
bus and just calling it a day.
Yeah.
You can do that. Will it be up to like whatever loudness scale you're trying to hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it will. Is it going to sound good?
I mean,
I don't think it will.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, it won't be any better than it was before if it was already
Yep.
good.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
People ask me all the time, like, what's a typical mastering chain for you or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And I talked about this in a previous episode, but particularly for mastering, I don't have a template.
Yeah. You run in there and see what needs to happen.
Yeah. I'm like, let's just, maybe we need to clip something. Maybe we need to do a little bit of stereo widening. Maybe we need to do a little bit of saturation in certain frequency ranges. Maybe we need to, whatever it may be. And it's a series of, okay, here's a problem, let's fix it. And then another problem is not really the right word, but it's like another thing that needs to be nudged. Let's nudge that now. Oh, this now needs to be nudged this way. And I know that I need to push back on a mix when I wind up going in circles with things. Where it's like, well, yeah, this needs a little bit more. I feel like I need to saturate this high end just a little bit to kind of get it to feel right compared to the reference. But when I do that, then this starts poking out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's maybe try to solve that not without it poking out. And then I push this back down. Then another thing pokes out. And it's kind of just like, okay,
Yeah.
wait. Let's take it back to mix.
Back and forth.
If I just had this guitar maybe like tweaked just a little bit in this frequency range, I wouldn't have to do half of the moves I just did.
There you go. Yeah.
It's that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's some of what mastering is. And I know it's kind of hard to talk about,
Yeah.
but yeah. Let me tell you one thing, though, that I see people do all the time. Because I see this on like forums and whatever else of people who really just don't know what they're talking about,
Yeah.
People are like, oh, yeah, well, they read somewhere that Spotify masters things to minus 14 LUFS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Correct. It does.
Yep.
But if you master your song to minus 14 just because it's what Spotify wants, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Your jam will be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to sound right compared
Yeah.
to the stuff that you like.
All right.
When I get a reference in there, I am normalizing to whatever the LUFS are of that reference because Spotify may just turn it down, but you need like a certain level of like punch or whatever that LUFS will, like hitting a certain level of LUFS will give you.
Yeah.
Really, and here's another way to think about mastering. I think about as I'm mastering a song, can this song that I'm mastering live on the same playlist as the reference?
Right.
Will it sound similar enough? Will there be enough Will there be enough loudness? Sure, but there are so many other factors.
Right.
You know.
So energy.
Yep.
How much energy does it have?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So this artist that I was talking about, the Dropkick Murphys song, a Dropkick Murphys song, when you take out all of like the Spotify normalization or whatever, and you're just listening to the mastered track, those tracks are like -7, sometimes -6
Yeah,
LUFS.
they're loud.
They are loud.
Yeah.
They are loud.
Yeah.
And so if I were to take, my client's song and be like, well, he's going to distribute this on Spotify. I'm a mastering engineer, so I know that means it needs to be -14, and I'm just going to make this -14. You are never getting called again, ever. And you just ruin that person's track.
Yeah.
It is not what they want,
That's right. Yep.
When I first started mastering, I made this mistake all the time. I would master stuff to, -14 or like wherever they were wanting to distribute.
Yeah.
And I'd always be like, I'd listen to it when it came out on Spotify, and I'd be like,
I was like, what'd they do to it?
yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
it wasn't them, it was me. It
Yeah.
was me the whole time.
Yeah.
I did that probably 3 or 4 times
Yeah.
before I finally learned this is not what you're supposed to do,
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly. That's happened to me on radio before.
Mm-hmm.
Like something got played that I'd done on the radio, and I was like, it does not sound that great. Like, what happened? It sounds way better.
Yeah.
In my studio and even in my car, not on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
And it's additional compression and processes that are gonna happen to everything that goes through it. So you got to be prepared for those things.
Yeah. Even like sharing a song on Spotify or on Instagram, rather. Sharing a song on Instagram adds a layer of like Instagram compression to it.
Yeah.
And it can definitely change the sound of things.
Right.
So anyway, where you're distributing to matters for mastering pretty significantly.
Yeah.
Also, it's not the kind of thing that is easy to learn without doing it a lot
Yeah.
and really knowing what it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
And so, to that end, if you this may break a rule, so to speak, that I've said previously. If you don't know what you're doing, mastering, do one of 2 things. I hate to say it, but use some automatic tool.
Yeah. To help. Yeah.
Okay.
And then dissect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So use like an AI. If like there are a lot of AI mastering tools out there. Use something like Isotope Ozone, where it'll like listen to your song and then it'll do whatever it's going to do to it, and it'll sound okay.
Yeah.
It won't ruin it, probably. If you want a really good mastered song, though, you need to hire a mastering engineer.
Right.
I mean, it's just what you need to do.
It's true.
Those are kind of your 2 options, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's really kind of that cut or dry. Here's what I have people do a lot of times is if they don't understand what mastering can do for a song, I typically do the first song for people like free if they've truly like never heard the difference. But I will ask them for a reference and I'll ask them for a master to beat.
Okay.
So I'll say, hey, go master it yourself to the best of your knowledge, or like go run it through one of these automatic tools and send that to me because I want to show you that I can beat this master and that you're going to love the finished product.
Right.
I've literally never had that backfire.
Nice.
Ever.
That's great.
Not once has somebody been like,
Yeah.
well, this one was better.
Yeah. That's right.
Because it just doesn't work like that. Like if you
Take that AI.
take that AI, take
Yeah,
that,
that's right.
And it's not because I'm the world's best mastering engineer by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I know the tools, I know what to do, I know why to reach for certain things. I'm not just plugging it into a chain that I use on literally everything.
Right.
It is custom built for your song to match your reference every time.
That's great.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's the way
So-
to do it.
Anyway, that's that.
That's that.
So mastering is not optional.
No.
It's just not.
It's
Mastering
not. Yeah,
is-
that's a good point. I get that question a lot, and people are like, well, like I give them the mix, and they're like, oh, like, man, we love it. Once we get, like, maybe there's a round of revisions or 2, and they're like, this is awesome. And then I'm like, okay, like, we need to have it mastered. And every once in a while, they're like, do I really need that? And I'm like, yes,
You do.
you do. And they're like, well, how much is that? And I'm like, well, it varies, but it could be this or could be this.
Yeah.
But we'll either get you here or here. You don't have to, go all out. And if you can't afford it, I understand.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I don't know. Like, it already sounds great. Maybe I'll just put it out like this. I'm like, nope. I'll master it for free.
Oh no! Oh
I
no!
mean,
Yeah.
like,
Well, you got to do
it
something.
doesn't
Right?
really,
You got to do something
it doesn't usually go to that point, but like, that's the point that I'm trying to drive home. It's
for
like,
sure.
no,
You have to do
you
it.
need to. It's necessary.
Here's an analogy I use for this
Yeah.
one. Let's say you are. Okay. Let's say you are a, someone who is making food. Let's say you're making popsicles. Like
Okay.
you want to start a popsicle company. You want to sell popsicles, right? How are you getting that popsicle like to the freezer of a grocery store? It's not just the popsicle sitting in there on a shelf. It's in a package.
Right.
It's in packaging.
Yeah.
Mastering is the packaging of your song.
Right. That's a good way to
That's
put it.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's a container
Right.
that holds your song.
Nobody's going to want to buy that popsicle if it's not in a
Yeah, no one's
container.
gonna just buy some raggedy ass popsicle sitting on the
Just
side of the
sitting on
freezer.
I'll take that.
Nobody's buying that.
No.
No, they're buying it a lot of the time because they're seeing a nice looking packaging
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh, that looks delicious.
Absolutely.
Then they bite it and it's like, sure enough, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is good.
So
Mhm.
yeah, that's how I view it.
That's a good way to look at it. I like that.
You have to master your song.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to do it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's part of the process.
Now let's just be hypothetical.
Okay.
If you don't do that and
Yeah.
you just take your mix and you upload it to Spotify, what happens?
Yeah. What happens?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It sounds terrible.
Well, yeah.
It sounds terrible because it's essentially not in a package
Yeah.
that Spotify is going to make any sense of. So Spotify runs it through its little algorithm
Yeah.
and forces it into a packaging,
Yep.
like within certain parameters that just probably aren't going to work for your song at all. And then you're going to be like, what
All
am I
the-
listening to?
Yeah, all the dynamics will be different off.
Mhm.
You know, the compression will kick in and it just will ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah. So you got to do that.
If you don't believe us, go try it.
Yeah. That's right.
And then take it off of Spotify and come find one of us.
Yeah. Then email us. That's
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
Oh man. Anyway, I know it sounds like we've we're joking about this obviously, but
Yeah.
for real though, it's just a shame to me that some people will spend all of this effort and time and often money and get this really great recording or mix of their song or spend so much time on it on their own or whatever, and then just not understand how important the last step is, like the crossing of the finish line.
Yeah.
And then they release their music and they're just shooting themselves in the foot.
Right.
It's like, man, this could have been awesome.
Yeah. It's like running the whole marathon and then just stopping right before the finish line and being like, okay, I'm done.
Seriously.
You
It is
know?
like it's like you're in a relay race, you're holding the baton, you get to the finish line and you stop and you just throw the baton across the finish line
Right.
instead of crossing it.
Yeah. I hope that it lands somewhere right.
It's like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Master your songs, people.
One more step
Master
and you would've
your
made it.
songs.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, man. I'll say this.
Yep.
And this will be kind of the last thing, I think. If you are not in a position to hire a mastering engineer and you just need to master your song, I've already touched on this a little bit. Like, what do? Get one of these automatic tools or whatever. But legit, if you feel like you're at that point, reach out to us.
Yeah.
Shoot us an email.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like, I would rather work with you and figure something out, and I know Trent would too,
Totally.
than you throw that baton across the finish line.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep. Absolutely. So
With
yeah. With that, leave us a comment, like, subscribe, check us out. Check out the Patreon. We've got it at audiopathpodcast.com.
that's right.
Send us an email if you're having trouble with the mastering.
Please do.
And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time, right?
What are you working on, Trent? We forgot that.
Gosh, yeah, I can't get too far.
Yeah.
off
What are you working on,
the
bro? I wanna
train.
hear.
Yeah, I'm working on another EP for Jim Ellis. I've been working with Jim for better part of a year. He's done 3 EPs over the past.
Nice.
He's just been breaking it up into 4 songs each time. And we're working on the final one right now. And he's scheduled for a CD release party at Ted's actually in February.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's been good. I like Jim. He's got some good songs. He's got great lyrics. He's very positive. The music is intricate and interesting. He's a really good piano player, so some really good chord structure. But it's all like feel good kind of stuff.
Nice.
So I'm into it, and so he does have some ballady, sadder ones, and I think this EP has more of the ballady ones on it as well. So he's diverse, but all around, I like working with Jim. He's a good guy.
Nice.
So it's been
Cool,
good.
dude.
Good project.
Excellent.
How about yourself?
Did someone say corporate event season?
Oh, right. For the past 2 months.
Forever.
Yeah.
I've been in corporate event season.
Yeah.
So, just got back from a corporate event in Florida, Amelia Island. And it was for another Physicians Guild. And I think they're called the Florida Association of Family Physicians, something like that. So, this was a streamed event, so not only mixing live, but making sure like their audio stream was working and stuff. Overall, pretty chill as far as corporate events go. Never more than like 4 people on the stage at once. Just pretty chill. Had to do a little bit of kind of like background music type stuff for one of their closing events, but all in all, just another way of making it work in this thing that we call live mixing.
That's right. You're steadying the path there.
Steadying the path, man. It's not my favorite season as far as like excitement, but pays the bills.
Hey, that's
So,
okay. Someone's got to do it, right?
Someone's got to do it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well be me, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, all right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Audiopath Podcast with John and myself, Trent. Until next time,
Steady the path.
steady the path.